Hello everyone, Stobo here. This is for Twist for the Twisted Horror Stories 6. I apologize for Star Wars Chapter 6, how it's upside down. I didn't realize the camera angle would do that. So, until I can get more editing done, my girlfriend's going to help me with that. You gotta deal with my ugly mug. So, I'm working on getting better. You can't see the hints in this video of what I was going to do, so I'm just going to keep it a surprise. So I'm just going to dive into it. I got a good one for you. It's the third installment of Sam Writes. Well, the third one I've written. The second one on here, I'm trying like hell to get the first one back so I can read it for you guys, because it is the one that started all of this. It is, in my opinion, a masterpiece. I love it. So, I'm thinking about creating a novel of just Sam Writes. So, because I do really well with this character. So, if y'all like him and like the stories, let me know in the comments. And if I get enough comments and likes, I will do a novel and I will read it on here for you guys, because I'm coming up with more stories. I have one I'm working on right now. I'm working on it for a friend of mine. He goes by Carrie White. And he plays Trini and his made-up character Sally in my roleplay Power Rangers group. So he also has his own gaming channel called K-Pack Studio Gaming. So go ahead and check that out. He does a lot of live streaming. He's trying to raise money for an event, something, I'm not entirely sure. I was in the hospital with my girlfriend today. She had to get the twins looked at, so that's part of the reason I've had a 2-day delay, because the past 2 days we've been in and out of the hospital. So that's a little more in-depth on me and what I've been doing the past couple of days. I've also been creating a surprise, more editing, so I'm already 2 minutes in. Let's get to this. Sam Writes, A Night Romance Won't Forget Sam Trilogy. It's been a while since Sam had killed. 3 months to his count. Sam had even returned to work. He couldn't get his dock position back, so he settled for the first job that hired. Fast food. He hated his new job so much. The only thing that made it worth it was his manager, Stacy. He would often stare at her during work. He even got to the point where he would drive by her house and watch her till she slept. He never found the urge to talk to her. That is, until she caught him looking at her. "Hey, it's Sam, right?" she asked. Her Australian accent melted his heart and was like music to his ears. With a very shy grin on his face, he finally answered her. Yes. "How are you today?" Sam replied. "I was kind of sad until I saw you looking at me. May I ask why you were?" Stacy asked. "Your beauty is beyond any masterpiece Leonardo ever painted, and your smile moves me like the waves in the ocean. You are perfection," Sam recited. "That was very beautiful. Do you really mean that? Like, that's really how you feel about me?" Stacy asked shyly. "I've never been more sure in my life," Sam said. "And how about we have dinner this weekend for Valentine's Day?" she asked Stacy. "I'd be honored, but instead of going out, I want to cook for you. I insist," Sam said. "A man who can cook, I like." "Okay, you're on your place Saturday, 7 p.m. Can't wait," smiled Stacy. She blew Sam a kiss and walked away. Smiling, Sam checked out and went home. A date with the girl of his dreams. He couldn't wait for Saturday. He had to make it perfect. Nothing could go wrong. Sam had to be romantic as possible without scaring her off. He had spent several hours that Saturday morning cleaning his small townhouse. He prepared his kitchen table with a very nice white tablecloth with a red trim. Sam had placed 3 candle holders and placed 3 red candles in them. He lit them. The kitchen was laid out with dozens of small red candles. He had taken several red roses and scattered the petals around the kitchen floor. By the time The kitchen was perfect. He had looked at the clock and it read 6:48 p.m. Sam was going to be late. As Sam rushed to his room to get dressed, he accidentally knocked the bundle of killing knives off the shelf onto the floor. He grabbed his keys and ran out the door. As Sam pulled into Stacy's driveway, he quickly fixed his hair. He got out and met Stacy at her front door. Sam walked Stacy to his car and then they drove away. They pulled up to Sam's house. Then Stacy turned and looked at Sam. Then she smiled and kissed him. Sam was taken back and confused about what just happened. He hadn't known how to act, so he did nothing. Confused, Stacy stopped kissing him and stepped back. "What's wrong? I thought you liked me," she asked. I do. I like you. I just was not expecting that. You startled me, that's all. I promise," Sam said. "Okay, good. Let's go inside." "Shall we?" suggested Stacy. "Yes, let's please go inside," said Sam. Sam got out and opened Stacy's door. As he walked to the door, he stopped. Sam smiled and turned to Stacy. He asked if he could blindfold her because he wanted to surprise her with the kitchen. She agreed, and she put the blindfold on her, and they walked inside. The blindfold fell to the floor, and Stacy's heart skipped a beat. Stacy had never seen anything so beautiful done just for her. She turned and hugged him. There's tears filling her eyes. She thanked him and gave him a kiss. "You're too beautiful to cry," Sam said as he wiped tears from her eyes. "You're the sweetest, you know that? Now can you point me to the direction of your bathroom so I can fix my makeup?" Stacy asked. Sam pointed her to the direction of the bathroom, then headed to the kitchen. Sam was pulling out everything he needed to make for dinner for the two of them when he heard a very loud scream come from Stacy. He dropped what he was doing and ran to her. She wasn't in the bathroom, but he had seen her on the floor of his bedroom. Not knowing why she was in there, he was stunned by what she saw. Stacy was on her knees, hovering over Sam's open roll of killing knives. He put his hand on her shoulder, and as he knelt down to move the knives away from her, she pulled away and tried to run. Sam did the only thing that came to his mind. He grabbed her. "Please, let me go, please. I want to go. I don't want to die. Please, please let me go," screamed Stacy as she started to cry. "You're not going to die. I was never going to hurt you, I swear," pleaded Sam. "Liar! You're a killer. This was never real. I was just going to not be another killer to you," cried Stacy. Sam was growing mad of her screaming and squirming to get away. He grabbed his knife and with a tenderizer on one end and hit Stacy over the head, knocking her out cold. Now, without love in his heart, Sam picked Stacy up off the floor and carried her downstairs. Turning on the light, Sam laid Stacy on the table, slowly undressing her. Sam loved what he saw, a body on his table after so long. After Stacy was tied up, Sam had his way with her, then sat in the corner to wait. What happened? Where did you take me? You freak! Let me go now!" screamed Stacy. "Scream all you want. Nobody can hear you. This basement was made with soundproof walls. You know, for all my fun." "Ha," said Sam. Why am I naked? What did you rape me?" she asked. "No, Stacy. We had sex," smiled Sam. "You raped me, you monster!" cried Stacy. Stacy continued to scream, and Sam grew very mad. Walking over to Stacy and grabbing a roll of duct tape, he stretched it out and placed it over her mouth. He put the roll down and picked up his knife, sitting back down, this time at the chair closest to the kill table. "I'm going to give you something I never gave to another person. Your own spot. I'm going to sharpen my knife before we get started. You see, you now hold a special place in my heart. You see, that was my first time being a killer. There was not a lot of girls dying to sleep with me," smiled Sam. Once Sam's knives were nice and sharp, he turned to the table. Looking underneath it, he removed 2 plugs. The plugs opened up to let the blood drain from the table and into buckets he placed there so he can save. Sam's trophies are jars of blood collected from his victims. I'm not going to torture you like I did the others. I'll make this quick, I promise. I'm still going to eat you, don't get me wrong, laughed Sam. He turned to Stacy and raised his knife. As Sam walked to the head of the table, he gripped his knife more tightly. As he smiled, he quickly slit Stacy's throat. Blood covered the table, and the smile grew bigger. She looked more beautiful to him now more than ever. He couldn't help himself. He started to undress himself. The more clothes that came off, the harder he got, till he had his way with her again, with her lifeless body. After he was done, he couldn't believe he killed her, the first person he had feelings for in his whole life. As night grew, Sam had removed her heart and promised to keep it forever. He petrified it and placed it on a stand in his bedroom next to his bed. As for her body, he cut her head off and placed it on a mantle in his backyard, and the rest of her body was eaten for a meal each day for the month, so he could really savor the time he had left with her and all her body parts, and also the way he loved the way she tasted. So that was the third installment of Sam Writes, but the second one to the channel. So again, please like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys think of the Sam Wright stuff in the comments below. And I will try to get more editing done so that way it's more clean, more easier for you guys to read along, so you guys know what I'm actually saying, so you guys can pause it, read it. I'm working on more stories, so there's more material coming, so just please bear with me. And like always, this has been Stubba. Like, subscribe, share. Deuces.